up in here. Today, I'm getting with these car vlogs. You know, eventually I won't be doing car vlogs, but now it's cold out and like, I don't know. Anyways, today we got something special in store. No, we don't. It's the same old, same old. I'm just kidding. We do. We're gonna be talking about coincidences. You know, we're gonna dive into a little bit of other realmly stuff, perchance. You know, let me finish settling in real quick so I don't look like I'm spreading my legs for you guys. No Lil Nas X type stuff. Oh my gosh, it's a cramped back seat. And this seat's really leaned back. I mean, that's what's really killing us right now. Is it how far back this seat is? Ugh. All right, guys, special drink alert. We got a special drink up in the house. It's a Taco Bell Baja Blast, that of the medium variety. Some people might say, why won't you get a large? Well, because sometimes I feel as though a large might be doing too much, you know? Like, why get a large if I might not even drink it all? But here we go. Cheers, my friends. That hits the spot. That hits the spot. So I guess to start this video, we're going to go over... I want to talk about something that happened to me today, okay? So I was sitting there at work, you know, putting pills in cards, doing what I usually do when I'm working. And I started getting in my head about something. And sometimes my thoughts get a little to the darker side of things, you know, because I mean, that's just the way it works. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, I started kind of thinking about how if I just had a girlfriend, right? Not even, if I just had love, then maybe I wouldn't have such dark thoughts. That was kind of my thought process. I was like, all these dark thoughts that I'm having, and they're not crazy, they're not concerning, they're not like, what the heck, Matthew, why are you thinking this? I think it's just normal human thoughts, because I think every human being has depression, okay? I don't want to say that, you know, I don't want people to be like, oh my god, Matthew's depressed. Bro, it's 2025, everybody I talk to, everybody you know is gonna be depressed sometime or another. I think depression comes in waves. It's not, some people are genuinely chronically depressed. Like, some people need their happy pills in order to actually, like, continue on. Then you get people like me who just get depressed every now and then, you know? It's not anything that's really bad. It's not like depression that lasts weeks long. It's like depression that lasts a day or two, you know? Depression that lasts a few minutes, a few hours, something like that. So I was going through one of those waves. I was thinking, getting a little low-key depressed for about like 20 minutes. And the whole time I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know, maybe if I found love, I wouldn't be so depressed. I wouldn't be so hard on myself. Because it's love. I've always been a little depressed, you know? Like, I don't want to say that because people are going to have, like, an image of me just always sitting there, like, emo, listening to some fucking music, going like, cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. But, like, that's not what I'm doing. Like, I've always had waves of depression hit me and come and go. Sometimes they'd last a little while, sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes they'd be gone within a few minutes. Anyways, yeah, I remember when I was going through a little depressive wave, I kind of fell in love, right? I fell in love. I'm just going to be open with it. I fell in love. And it went away. It was gone. Like, I didn't have a single dark thought ever for a long time. And since, you know, like everything in life, it kind of passed. That moment was up. That chapter got closed. So because of that, every now and then, I'm having these little depression waves hit again. You know, it's a normal thing. So I was sitting there just thinking, I just really wish I had a girlfriend or somebody who can actually love me, and I wouldn't be having these types of thoughts. And right as soon as I thought that, all of a sudden, don't you worry, child. See, heaven's got a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, Don't You Worry, Child by, I'm pretty sure, the Swedish Mafia, if I remember right. Started playing on my headphones, and some people could just rub this off as just coincidence. But I think I've gotten to a point now where I don't know if coincidence is 100% an actual thing. I think that there's a big chance that everything you experience is there for a reason. These little signs that people can just rub off as, oh, that's very ironic that this song is playing at this time, that I'm having these thoughts. And the specific part of the song is the, there was a time I used to look into my father's eyes. In a happy home, I was a king, I had my own throne. Wait, no, I messed up. It talks about a song, like, I hear the songs reminding me of a friend, talking about how he's thinking of her once again. And this is things I've experienced. I was literally having those thoughts of, wow, sometimes I listen to these songs and I think of her. I think of her now and then, and the song played. And I don't know if maybe the coincidence thing is because I've been watching Lost, great show. I give it a recommendation. You should definitely watch it. They start dabbling into time travel. It's a little interesting. And I'm like, that's strange, but it's working out. It's good. Yeah. And maybe it is Lost, because they do talk about how everything happens for a reason. This dude, oh my god, I forgot his name. Oh my god, Locke, bro. His name is John Locke. John Locke, the GOAT. Oh my gosh, he's the GOAT. This dude, I can't spoil it because you need to watch the show, but this guy is something, right? And he's hearing shit. He's hearing these voices. He's having these dreams. And in these dreams, he kind of sees the future, kind of sees what his purpose is. He needs to basically fulfill what's going on with his dreams. He needs to act on it. Take these dreams as a sign to do something that this island wants to do. Whatever its plan is. And so he kind of talks about fate a lot. It talks about, well, that's fate. And then he says, I don't believe in coincidences. Because it's John Locke. I don't believe in coincidences. And now maybe that's ingrained in my head, but I genuinely think that coincidence is something people genuinely just rub off as, oh, well, that's very coincidental. And instead of it actually being something that might be a sign of something, maybe there is something, a different realm or a different world or a universe or whatever the frick, that, or a god or something that is watching over us at all times. And if you say, please tell me what to do, what do I do? Then it will, like, give you signs, give you opportunities to act on it. If I want to go and get a girlfriend, if I'm praying, please give me a girlfriend, I'm not just gonna spawn in a girlfriend. Like, that's not how it works. It's more of, please give me a girlfriend, and an opportunity for that starts to occur. That opportunity begins to occur. There's also another video I watched. There's an Audi RS6 or something like that. It's the worst car crash that has ever happened in human history, I guess. It's considered the worst car accident. It was on the Audubon. Wait, is it Audubon? I think it's the Audubon. It's the Albinon Highway or Albinon Expressway or something like that. I don't remember the full name of it. It's in Germany. That highway has no speed limit. You get to go exactly whatever speed you want. But most people generally are going about 100. Some people push it to 200. This guy pushed it to 300 and something kilometers per hour. And I don't know. I'm not British, so I don't know what the fuck. Whoa, what the fuck? I don't know what the fuck kilometers an hour is into miles per hour because I'm American. And we don't use kilometers an hour, we use miles per hour. But I'm pretty sure 300 kilometers an hour, I'm pretty sure kilometers goes higher than miles. So this guy was probably going like 286 or something like that. Somebody fact check me. Do 300 kilometers an hour to miles per hour, and if it's 286, bro, somebody buy me a drink. But yeah, that guy was listening to this song that I also forgot the name of, which sucks, bro. I really need to be more prepared. He was listening to this song, and he was going super fast, and a semi-truck goes and turns into the lane without using a turn signal and did not look the mirror. He did not look in the side mirrors to see if this car was coming. So this car at 300 kilometers an hour hit the very side, because semi-trucks kind of have this angle sometimes, hit this angle of this semi-truck right on the corner, and it went, it flew in the air. His car flew in the air, not the semi, because those are heavy. But his car flew in the air, did a few flips, went over the median, while still in the air, by the way, and hit a pole while in the air, and it split the car in half. Not only did it split the car in half, it was a little more violent than that, you know? There may or may not have been a splitting of a human being, which sounds really, really freaking scary. I don't even know, but he was listening to this song, and there's this video of this guy who there's this Mustang or something on the other side of the road, and it's completely blacked out, and it kind of has red highlights on its headlights were red, and it resembles the Grim Reaper. That's the whole point, is that it resembles the Grim Reaper. And then so this car turns around, gets next to him, and starts trying to insinuate a race. And as this is happening, there's a song that plays on this guy's radio that happens to be the exact same song that was playing during the Audi RS6 R6 crash. And so he was like, I'm gonna take this as a sign. That and the car was literally trying to get him to race. And people kind of say that's kind of the way fate, death works. It kind of tempts you into doing something you probably shouldn't, because it could cost your life. In this case, that race could have easily costed his life. And because of all these signs, he decided the best course of action was to not do it. That's a good gut feeling. Check out that video. That was last week. Flex self-promo in my own video. God damn. Yeah, so he didn't do it. And I think that's something that happens a lot around the Earth, the planet, the human species. There's a lot of little signs that are very easy to ignore, and I also talk about it in the other video, is because it's so much easier to be blind to something than being aware of something and it being an uncomfortable truth. As maybe in this case, in the Audi case, in the car crash, in the guy who was in the video that I'm talking about case, he saw the signs, and I'm losing the track of where I thought. Oh my God, I'm losing track of my thoughts. So I'm just gonna scratch that entirely and move on. Yeah, there's a lot. It's easier to stay ignorant to the signs rather than an uncomfortable truth that there is something that may be considered fate or a predetermined destiny, a predetermined fate. or like all these signs, and I'm losing. Yeah, stay with me, guys. Hold on. Stay with me. Don't click off. But yeah, there's a lot of these signs that are around us, like everywhere. Like in this case, for me, it was the song. Like that song was so relatable at that certain time when I was thinking about that, and the whole time I was low key starting to pray. I wear a cross. You guys don't see it, but I am wearing a cross. I'll prove it. I wear a cross, right? And I was sitting there and like at work, I'm filling on these cards, and I'm like holding on to my cross because at this point I'm like low key getting a little bit into prayer, being like, hey, I really wish I never act. I was like, I hate the way I act. I hate the way I think. Like, I feel like if I just had a girlfriend, then I wouldn't have to worry about me hating on the way I think, the way I act sometimes. Because the one time I was in love, I never once had to worry about the way I'm thinking or the way I'm acting. It was just complete, utter, raw me. No Diddy. And, don't you worry, child. See, heaven's got a plan for you. And like, it was just a good moment. It was like, I took it as a sign. And the craziest part is because of me going home, not actually meditating like that, but sometimes I do sit there in complete silence and just locking on my breath work until eventually I go numb and like low-key start thinking, getting to the bottom of why I feel certain things, why I feel the way I often feel, what some of my patterns are, some of the way my brain has been looping. And doing so, I'm like, there's people out, like there's something out there that we cannot see, but if we really focus on it, we know it's there. And as soon as that song started playing, I started thinking to myself, I was like, I know you're here. Like, I was like, dude, oh my God, bro. Oh my gosh. I was sitting there and I was just thinking, I was like, I know you're here and I see this sign. Or like, I know you're here and I'm receiving the message, kind of something like that. I don't know exactly what I said because that sounds very corny when I say it out loud, but like, it was something along those lines. Who cares? And as soon as I said that, bro, my whole body got chills, bro. I went, whoa. Like, I got chills, like crazy chills. And that's something that happens. Like, when something coincidental happens, or I see a sign that some people might not consider a sign, but I think of it as this is a sign for a path I should be taking, a sign for the way I should be thinking, the way I should reset my brain. In that case, I took it as a way of, okay, I'm acknowledged, and I'm just going to let it go because I'm okay. I shouldn't worry, child, because heaven has a plan for me. So I won't worry now. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. So anytime a coincidence like that happens, I just tell myself, I'm acknowledging your presence, I'm acknowledging the sign or message you're trying to give me. And as soon as I acknowledge that, I get these crazy wave of chills and just a feeling of peace. And then I'm just okay. So then all my worries go down the drain. I also did a float tank today. Fun fact, I'm about to end the video. I did a float tank. It was absolutely amazing. It was super fun. It was a sensory deprivation tank. I felt like Elle from Stranger Things, and I was definitely not trying to spy on my friends. And it didn't work!